Today on Christmas Horse, I have implemented a mini map up here. So to do that, that's just basic shapes. And what I've done is I had to add basically logical locations to where these map pieces are because there was nothing in the storage to say where they exist in the grander mini map world. You know, I mean, they have neighbors, but there wasn't like a logical order to them. That was just the order that I imagined. So I added this to be like its relative location. So the northwest room is at 00, and so on. And so those are opening those things up. This comment belongs further this way. This is the neighbors. So we have our little mini map. It shows yellow for whatever room you're currently in. So if I go over here, I'll be over here, up. And I'm going to change up the map layout once I actually figure out what the game, excuse me, the game I'm going to make. So, I left this kind of small to render all that. I have just some clunky code down here. So this whole thing is the mini map. We're taking the position of the map, the relative position like 00. We're taking the location of this HUD mini-map background. We're offsetting it by 5, so it's pushed forward a little bit. We're splitting the rooms up by 50, so they're not like right next to each other. And then this draws what color based on what map you're on. And then down here are the neighbors, so those are these gray corridors. And you'll notice that I only have south and west set up because if it goes one way, it's going to go the other way as well. So I don't need to really draw north and east. That would just be extra stuff. So there, and then it just draws it to the screen. You still have all these debugs. I don't currently need them, but you never know. Now, the other thing I did was I tried to add really basic dialogue. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this overall, but if we go into my point and click object, I created a add dialogue thing, and basically I can give it the actual text, a dialogue color. I changed these delimiters to pipes because it was not behaving well with commas in the CSV file and my CSV parser. I also had to tell it not to pay attention to the single quotes. And also it's annoying that if I type a quote in LibreOffice, it gives me the stylized one. And I have dialogue timeout. So what it is doing is when it's loading stuff in from the CSV, it'll add the dialogue. So this is just the default dialogue at the moment. So for instance, here's the squirrel. I'll click on it. This is supposed to be kind of like what Christmas Horse is thinking. But I'll probably use this for just dialogue. So currently these all do something when you click on it. So it's kind of hard to read whenever it's like off the side of the screen. Positioning will be put more thought into. I will put more thought into the positioning so that doesn't happen. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've worked on. Now, something else I want to do with the dialogue is to be able to say, if you have ketchup in inventory, then respond with a different thing instead of the default text. So maybe I'll just throw that all into the CSV, but keep it pretty simple, like maybe something like dialogue 1 condition, and maybe I could have something like inventory equals, or have equals ketchup. And then dialogue 1 text, thanks for the ketchup. Dialogue 1, color and timeout. And maybe I could also have some other sort of action, like afterwards, maybe if let's say this was a door, you could say go west or something. It's just a matter of how I program it to understand any of these commands. But I have not done that yet. I just worked on the kind of default text and the minimap. So that's my day to work